Can I tell you, this reminds me a little bit of Mike Douglas.
Really?
And I'm going to tell you the greatest talk show in the history of talk shows was Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas.
And his co-host was Sly.
Now, people are going to think that's Michael Douglas. You should probably explain to the folks.
Well, who's watching? Is this in the United States?
Well, I'll explain to the
Yeah,
folks.
no, don't explain everything.
Mike Douglas.
Oh, you
Mike
just
Douglas
take everything out of it. There's no sense being here.
I'm saying to the folks at home that Mike Douglas was a talk show host, someone in the vein of Merv Griffin. He was a singer.
Call me when you're through, because I forgot what I was talking
explain.
about. Okay.
And he had a talk
His
show.
co-host this week was
And every
Sly
week he had a co-host.
of Sly and the Family Stone.
Sure.
And he was stoned out of his bird.
Probably
So
3
they
hours
opened
late.
the show, and he says, Sly, I understand you're getting married. And Sly said, we're going to play 2 engagements on Sunday, and then Monday we're going over to Cleveland, and then we're going to come back. He said, no, aren't you getting married? I don't know if the Horns are going to be there for this engagement, but hopefully we'll be all right. We'll play and get it done. And Mike goes like this, boop. So let's go to commercial. Now, as Sly is sitting here, he brings out Peter Marshall.
Yeah.
From Hollywood Squares. Peter sits right here.
Because the idea of the show is to
don't
mix.
do this, don't do this. And he says, Peter, who's a great guy, by the way. Peter, he says,
His son plays
you're
baseball.
you're taking Hollywood Squares to Vegas. You're taking it to the road.
Yeah.
He says, yeah. He said, are you going to change it? He says, no. He says, when it comes to Hollywood Squares, you got to call a spade a spade.
Oh.
And Sly turns to Peter Marshall on this show and said, I'm going to get you. They go to commercial, they come back, and Sly is still staring at Peter. And Mike Douglas now says, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to bring out the smallest man in the world, Ringling Brothers' own Mishu the Midget. And this guy comes out, and he is the smallest man in the world. Mike picks him up, puts him in the thing, his shoes are like this, that's what you see. And so what you see on camera now is Sly still staring at Peter.
Yeah.
And him talking to Mishu. And he says, Mishu, how old were you when you joined the circus? And Mishu said, Brit. He said, what? Brit. No, when did you first join? He said, Brit. He said, do you speak English? He said, Brit. He said, oh my God, let's go to commercial. They come back, they bring out his interpreter who is wall-eyed. And that's what you had for the last part of the show. Sly staring at Peter and a wall-eyed interpreter with a midget who didn't speak English.
That's going way smoother than this show.
Story, Sly. We get on the plane, and there was Richard Burton.
You know, this is worse.
Hey, Sly, will you?
Hey, wait.
Excuse me. Will you look at me once in a while, Sly? Go ahead, Pete.
Anyway, we get on the plane, and
sorry.
there's Richard Burton. You know Richard Burton?
Yeah.
Right. And he's on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Richard Burton.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Big in the biz guy. Yeah. And he's there, and he has 9 seats all alone, right?
9 seats.
9 seats to himself.
For what?
I don't know. He didn't want to be bothered, but he had the first seat. So now you get on the plane, and you have to pass Richard Burton, right? There he is. He takes a shine to, excuse the expression, That's terrible. I apologize. That's tacky. That's really tacky. I apologize. No, but he takes a liking. How about that? A liking to Karen Valentine. Oh, yes, he was.
I'm going to get you, bro. You know that, don't you?
You want me to go back there?
Oh, let him stay there. I thought it was going to say Blade.